Welcome back to part 2 of the web show with me and thee. Touch me. And a strip.
That's not characteristic.
And a tribute to those transmogs. Those were fucking amazing. Well played, team. Well played all around. But we want to talk about some other stuff because we have Butt Hurt Week.
Oh, this was funny.
Butt Hurt Week.
Dude, oh god, this was
Butt
so
Hurt
good.
Week.
This was so good.
Butt Hurt. Cry me a river. My God. My fucking Christ. But I had a horrible week. I blew my graphics card out, which was bad news.
Let me put the chat in.
Grilled it like a motherfucker. Grilled my graphics card like a motherfucker. And then the videos that came out were mad butthurt. I had a rant on Wednesday's Daily, but I thought we'd bring you into it because you had a whale of a time.
It was awesome.
You had such a good time.
Fun.
Did you ever seen, you know what it reminded me of? You know Ghostbusters 1? When they get the first call and Janine bangs the button and goes, "We got one!" I felt like you did that when you saw a troll, and God, did you troll those guys so
fun.
hard.
It was so funny. It was just the fact that if you call someone out on them losing, they hate it. It's like he started off making like all these butthurt points about Lotro, the worst abbreviation of all time, by the way.
Let's put this into context before we get into it.
Yeah, go.
I stream now every day after the daily. I stream for a minimum of 2 hours. It's been going really fucking well. It's awesome because it's cool in a way because I'm diversifying my streaming. A lot of people turn up and go, why aren't you playing World of Warcraft? Because that's what you do. And it's like, yeah, I play World of Warcraft like every single day. I make videos about it and then write about it, write stories about it and base things in World of Warcraft. So when it comes to my downtime, which is like me chilling out with the guys, I want to play other games. Yeah. A lot of people fall into that trap of, I pay monthly for World of Warcraft, therefore that is my only game. No, that is not the way it works. I want to play some other shit. So my stream that I do after the daily, not saying that I never play World of Warcraft, because we do, also involves a lot of other games. So I've been trying other MMOs out for fun. So one of these, we tried Star Trek Online. Nobody complained about Star Trek Online, right? It was awful. We tried it. It had a giant F key. I've never met a game that literally revolved around pressing one key for literally every quest.
Really?
Everything that wasn't space-based. And to be fair, the space combat was actually okay. I could get away, I could enjoy the space combat, right? I'm in a ship.
Did you do the away team?
Yes. And the away team is just F, 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 F,
so
over
bad.
and over and over and
so
over
bad.
again. And do you know what else annoyed me about that game so much? I could have made a little funny video. Is the first thing you fight is the best enemy in the game, which is the Borg.
Yeah.
That's the start of the game. Is the tutorial is you killing the fucking Borg and like, oh, they're a weaker Borg. It doesn't matter. You fight a Borg cube. That's what I would hope would be like the end game, is a Borg invasion or something like that.
Yeah.
As a Trek nerd, totally would loving that. So the next time I thought, oh, I was just literally on Steam. I was checking what was out. I was like, I kind of want to play this, kind of want to play that. And I saw Lord of the Rings Online. I thought, oh, we'll give Lord of the Rings Online a bash because it's had a hard time. Some people love it. Some people hate it. I thought, I'll give it a go and see what I think. So I installed Lord of the Rings Online. It was horrible.
Oh,
it was fucking horrible. It was terrible. And I'm not talking about the story because everyone was like, oh, it's exactly the immersion of Lord of the Rings. I don't care about that. The gameplay is disgustingly bad. Really bad. Not just bad, really bad. And that was what was really getting me down, was playing it. Was just the gameplay was horrific. Like, your character slid. So you stopped moving, right? So you would let go of the key. Your character would go like he was on ice. It was as if the characters were completely separated away from the floor.
Is that a constant thing as well?
Yeah, all the time. Just running around has a slide to it. So that was getting on my nerves from the beginnings, that he was sliding around. And then it was like the hobbits and shit could jump really high. Like really, really high. And it was just stupid things like that. I was like, it's just stupid that do that. And I get that, like, from a gameplay standpoint, we need to make it so everybody can jump equally as high. And I was like, you don't really. You need to choose your scenarios better, because this is the Hobbit starting area. Why put giant fences in that they can leap over like fucking Superman? I mean, it took me back to the Black Morass, where gnomes could get stuck in the water because their characters were small, so they had to swim while everyone else ran through it. That was cool in a way that gnomes were doing that, and Taurens getting stuck indoors, blah, 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 blah. But hobbits were like, and I was leaping like, fuck, I was like Forrest Gump. I was well over the fences and shit like that. And I was just like, and then I think by the second quest, I was already killing boars, which is like a joke in South Park about how stupid it is to be killing boars. And like the second or third quest, it was like, yeah, go and kill 5 boars. And I was like, I can't do this. This is like vanilla WoW. You know, when it was just limited to just go and kill 5 boars from you plicks. so I thought, you know what? I haven't done a PG quickie for a while because nothing really ridiculous has happened in my LFRs.
Apart from this.
Yeah, so this happened. So I thought, right, I'll download it because we played it for about 45 minutes total, but 15 minutes of that is making your character, which is always hilarious.
How in-depth is a character creation?
Nothing like Star Trek Online, which is awesome.
Oh, I know.
Star Trek Online's character creation is second to none because it's got all the set races and then it just says custom race. And I was like, And we went into there, and everybody will tell you we made some fucking hilarious woman in Star Trek Online. We had a great time doing it. It was super fucking good. And the worst thing in the universe was the Hobbits. The Lord of the Rings one was kind of okay, but it's a lot of pay to play. I read some stuff about it afterwards just to make sure what I was doing was right. Hold on.
Bless.
It was you had to buy classes and stuff like that, so you could be like a rogue warrior.
You have to buy classes.
Yeah, some of the classes I like to buy. There was it was the one of the stupidest things about Lord of the Rings Online for me was the size of this is the shop, go and give us money. It was massive. It was
overwhelming.
Huge. Yeah, it was everywhere, and there's currencies and all sorts of shit going on. But it was just a bit of a joke, so I was like, oh, well, we kind of had a fun time. The stream really enjoyed it. So I'll make a little video, about a minute long, just summarising some of the funny things. Like the door thing. Everyone picked up on that. But people were like, doors? That's your big problem is doors? I was like, yeah, the fact that they have a huge tooltip. Like a fucking paragraph tooltip to explain to me doors. And I should right-click them. Stupid shit like that, where it was like right-click. If I had a tooltip that said right-click doors to use them, fine. Huge paragraph tooltip to explain to me that doors move into other parts of the game and to other sections of the buildings. Good fucking lord, man. It's stupid shit like that, so I thought I'd make a little fun, quick video. Nothing serious, obviously. Oh my. And that's when the Lord of the Rings fanboys, is all I can say, got really upset. And it reminded me of Clerks 2. Where it's the Lord of the Rings guy versus the fucking Star Wars guy. And they have that ridiculous conversation.
Flat out bricks in Frodo's mouth.
Yeah, and makes the Lord of the Rings guy throw up. It totally reminded me of that. And then I noticed how much you had replied. So you can go from there. It's like you just picked up on this troll and went...
Exactly.
Is it even... Go on. I mean, how hard did you troll this guy? You got so mad.
Well, no, I like... It's the styles you've got to pick up on when you want to troll someone. It's the fact that he was making a point about the game why you shouldn't hate it, but then he also got really offensive in it as well. So
He called me a fucking cunt.
I know. That's what I mean.
I mean, what?
Straight off the bat, it's just like, right, okay then. So I insulted him back about his game. But then I don't go balls deep. I do like to dip a nut. I do like to dip a nut. So I checked his videos. And
Oh, he had videos?
Oh, yeah. That's what I always do. Before I go at a troll, I will check their videos in case of...
I've got to be honest, I do that. If I see a really offensive troll who just says something completely random... I mean, I've been called... This is the thing I tried to say on Wednesday. It's like, look, I've been called everything under the sun since I started making YouTube videos. You cannot put yourself out on the internet and not expect someone to say something horrible. That is the way of it, and you should be able to take that. And I take it fine. But I also check the feed. Like, someone called me, like, the most disgusting man alive. I checked his feed. Every single thing he commented on was about him crying his eyes out at Michael Jordan's retirement on like 20 videos. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, you're just making it so easy. You're making it so easy to comment on that and come to me and say, well, you're retarded.
Now, this is going to annoy you because we have to sort of put the chair in shot if you want it louder.
Oh, okay, let's move really close. Let's just go with it. We need a mic. This is all the stuff we're getting.
We use a chair. Dealwithit.com.
Dealwithit.com.
Well, no, yeah, basically this guy, he made his point about the game and he was being an arsehole and then just immediately went to you fucking cunts or something. So I thought, right, okay. So I went through his feed and he'd done all these Lord of the Ring videos like such your body has this highest crit or an end game other character does this. And I was watching the videos and putting aside I thought, wow, that looks shit. I mean, really shit. It was just like, all these videos, they don't have commentary. They don't have anything. It's just a video of just like, you know, like when you see, let's put it this way. let's use a comparison, and I know a lot of people don't like it, Call of Duty. You can put something in Call of Duty without voiceover, without anything like kill shots, because they look cool. You make a video of kill shots because they look cool.
Apparently.
No, seriously, you can't deny that.
I've never enjoyed any of those, but that's my personal
If you put it
preference.
like this, so like an example, like you can start one of the maps and you could basically throw a tomahawk in the air and it'll go across the map, and even in some instances it can bounce off like 4 things and then just nail someone in the head. That's funny and cool to watch. This guy is stood in front of a monster on a ranged character. I mean, in front of a monster on a ranged character, just hitting him with a bow, doing nothing, glowing different colours, but hitting him with a bow. Says nothing. And I'm just like, huh. So he can't even say anything good about his game because there's nothing to say good about it. The fighting animation
It's
shit,
very
blah blah blah.
rated, you know.
That's what I mean.
Weird.
That's what I mean. It's probably because it's Lord of the Rings.
I can
Jesus
only
Christ.
imagine it was that. It was Lord of the Rings is the only thing. But I can't say we got to endgame. I turned it off after 45 minutes. Because it was one of them that blocked you from progressing. So we were saying, I mean, even the stream was saying, wow, this zone is really boring and really bad. Let's go and check another zone before we turn it off. Because I was kind of saying halfway through the video, I was like, I don't even want to play this anymore. Let's go check out the other zones and see what the variety's like. But it's one of them that's like, you go near them, there's all guards there, and you can't leave this zone until you do this. And I was like, oh, I'm not fucking killing boars for another hour just to go and see what the next zone is. And that's what I was like, I'll turn it off, I've had enough. And it was a little bit of fun. Fuck me, so butthurt.
Do you know what as well? It really fucking tickled me in school is the ending of that video. Do you want to leave it running in the background? And then there's just that long dramatic pause, and it just goes, no. Shuts off.
I've never had
It's
a game
so
ask me
good.
that. I've never had a game ask me,
please,
do you
please
wanna
do
leave?
not leave us.
Yeah,
do
leave
not
me
leave
alone.
us. We suck, but we know it, and please just stay with us. No.
Oh, it was fucking terrible. But
It's fun,
then
though.
it happened the next day. Destro Warlock video, right? Destro Warlock video. You wouldn't have watched it probably because you haven't got one, but I did the video update on the Destro Warlock.
Yeah.
And in there, I made some points that I'd spoke to the top level Warlocks in the game, right? I spoke to them about it. And they were like, yeah, Destro Warlock's kind of like the new retard spec. So I said in the video, this is what I said word for word. Some of the players have described this as the new retard spec. Instantly comments like, how dare you call my class a retard spec? Oh my god, you called it a retard spec. I was like, I didn't call it a retard spec. And what I said in the video is, and it's kind of hard to defend that because it's very easy to play. It's stupidly easy. It's like 4 buttons in total, and one of them has a delay on it. So I was just saying, like, well, it is very, very easy to play. It's very simple, but it gives you big, large numbers. I can see how this spec appeals to people because it does like 1 million crits and stuff like that once you build it up. And I was like, I can get that, but for someone who doesn't even track damage, like I was trying to tell people, is that I don't have damage on my screen when I'm raiding. If I'm raiding seriously, I turn all damage off because it's just clutter on my screen I don't need. So big numbers don't mean a great deal to me. So after that wore off, I got very bored playing this spec 'cause it's really easy.
Right.
And therefore I didn't have much interest in it. Oh my god. The people who love Destro Warlocks took it so personally.
Do you know
It
what it
was
reminded me of?
unfucking believable.
You know what it reminded me of? Remember Borderlands 2 with the new character they brought out and the nickname they gave it?
Oh, the chick class? Or the
girlfriend class.
Girlfriend class. Yeah,
People
yeah.
like hated that because it's the girlfriend. So
I can see why that's offensive to say it's so. I think that's sexist to say it's.
that is
girlfriend class.
sexist, but the people who enjoy it are going mad saying, you know, it's the same reason, it's just a different word. It's offensive in a different way, but it's the same sort of basis. That why are you branding it that? But who fucking cares?
Oh, no, like...
Who cares? If you enjoy it, play it.
Exactly.
Fuck me. How dare you? Fuck you.
How dare you call it that? That's my beloved spec. How dare you call it a retard spec? I was like, dude, really?
Get a fucking...
It-
find
but-
something to argue about.
I've had arguments with mages in the past who got so offended when they played Arcane that they felt like people were mocking them for not doing enough in the raid.
Yeah.
And it was like, dude, it's not your fault that Arcane is really easy. But it is. Why defend it? Like, the good mages will not defend it. They're like, yeah, it's really easy. You know, it's hard to go wrong with. So why do people go, no, I'm trying just as hard as everybody else? It's like, dude, why? What is the argument here? I don't understand what your fucking point is. In the least, it's an easy spec. It's renowned as being an easy spec. What's the problem? No, it's not. You don't want to do the intricacies of my spec. I'm like, oh, come on. really, the intricacies of your spec, especially when it was just the number 1. That's all they had to press was number 1. I mean, that is back in like Cataclysm, though, and they still defended it. Some people get so touchy
People do it. People
about
do it.
being made to feel like they're playing some childish spec, and it's like, why? Why not have fun with it? It's
But
like,
it's-
I'm raping you pressing 1. Good luck trying hard. That would be my response. I was like, yeah, I'm chilled as fuck. I'm chill. I can fucking watch TV while I'm doing this. How are you doing over there? I'd be loving it. I'd be loving it. Although I'd be bored, but I'd be laughing about it. I wouldn't be like, no. I have to really weave this stuff together. It doesn't just come.
You don't just press the button.
When you
I spiral the finger to the button.
When you press one does not simply just press one.
Oh wait,
there's a delicacy to it. It's like, defending simple classes. I wouldn't even say simple people. Just some people don't like to be made to feel like they're doing less than everybody else. But why? What's your fucking problem with that? It was just so weird to have them videos. It's crazy. Yeah, 6 class is overpowered. It was weird. It was totally weird. But I want to get off that subject anyway because Friday was awesome. Got to see the baby on Friday.
Yes, you did.
Got to see the baby on Friday. Should hopefully be able to get a new graphics card in a couple of weeks, I think.
I thought you said Shinobi then.
No, I'm not getting Shinobi. And then we had a great Drama Friday. Drama Friday was awesome, by the way. Yeah, Drama Friday was really good. We had one story that was an hour long, and I didn't think it would be. When I first glanced at it, it looked pretty shortish. Mm-hmm. But when reading it, there was so many good... It was... sometimes you get a drama story that's like 90% intro, like my backstory of WoW. Here's my whole story of WoW, bit of drama at the end.
I can't wipe the end.
Yeah, there's some drama stories which are like, this is my story of WoW. This is the drama that unfolded. This story was bit of story with some drama involved, bit of story with more drama, bit of story with drama, bit of story with... And it was just drama all the way through it. And
Summary points, go.
It was magnific. Oh, I'm not going to spoil it because it's up on YouTube, so you can watch it in full. And then we had a short one, about 10 minutes long, which was all about roleplay with master and slave, and it was good. But it was really short as well, and people begged for it, because I think we went an hour and a quarter for the first story, and everyone was like, we need the roleplay story, we need the role. And I was kind of considering at that point saving the roleplay story for tonight. I'm glad I didn't, because the time is skipping by tonight. But yeah, it was good. It was fucking cool. It was good. It was a good story. It was a great drama Friday, and it really cheered me up, because Wednesday, and not even joking, Wednesday was the first time I almost didn't enjoy what I do, which sucked. But I mean almost, because I still filmed all my videos. I just couldn't do a good commentary. And it really got me down, because I tried doing the commentary. I did Moonkins and Affliction Warlocks and Frost Mages. I filmed all of those on Wednesday, and I was trying to do the commentary for them, and it was just like, I couldn't do it. It just came out shit, and I wasn't going to put the videos out for no reason. So Wednesday I had a big rant, or Thursday, it might have been Thursday. I just couldn't get the words out. I was like, no, it was Thursday, because I had a workshop on Wednesday. So Thursday, I just filmed everything, and I was like, right, I'm ready to do the commentary. So I kind of film and then do the commentary, and I was like, I don't feel motivated to do it, so I was like, whatever. Thursday, I had a big rant daily. Just ranted for like 25, 30 minutes about retard specs and stuff like that. People call it retard specs. And then Friday rolled around, and it was just like glorious. Friday, I was at the hospital all day, but it was not wasted. We got a big scan. Got 100% all clear on the baby.
Awesome.
Everything's healthy. Massive, though. Massive baby. And then came home and had a really good Drama Friday. Because I was out all day, I didn't have time to do Drama Friday. To read them beforehand. So it was fucking great day to end the week. And you guys were awesome as well, especially in the stream, which I kind of want to get to in a minute. But before we get to streaming, you've stopped streaming Thursdays now, and this is kind of a thing.
Yes.
For good reason.
But for good reason. I really, really wouldn't give up one of my God-given gaming nights for the shits and giggles. Basically, I've given up Thursday streaming for the recent future purely to help make videos and do stuff here and stuff like that.
So essentially, the PVG series, which I've said a couple of times, I'm super excited about it. I think it's where the channel will go in the future for both of us to be amazing and to be really, really good. Is one top 5, which the guys love the top fucking 5 videos. And we take one subject, one top 5, and then we both make a video on the same thing. But obviously with our different perspectives on it, and we intermix and we cross over and do all sorts of crazy shit with it. I mean, we've been planning it for, I want to say 3-4 months of discussion about doing it.
Yeah.
And now we're doing it. I mean, for me, it's really exciting. It was, I think, were you daunted at first? Because the first day you came, it was like, right, you're editing today. And you went balls deep, but you are so meticulous.
I'm good at it. How good am I?
Even the editing is such a contrast to me. It's like, because I'm always strapped for time. That is one issue I have, is I'm always strapped for time, because while I'm making a top 5 video, which takes me 4 days, I also need to get videos out every day. So I'm kind of a little bit slapdash in places. I try and tidy it up as much as possible at the end, but ultimately I have kind of a deadline to meet. It's got to be out. But you seen you do the intro, and you made your first intro to your videos. That'll be your intro. It must have took 4 or 5 hours. Maybe slightly less.
Yeah, it took about 3 because if you work out time frames and when I was using it and when probably about 3.
About 3 hours, but it came out really well because you were so angry about frame by frame changes. Like, no, I'm not happy with that. Change this, change
It's
that,
the little
change
things.
that. And it was
I'd never
fucking
used
so
it before
cool.
either, so I didn't know like the best way of doing things. But it was cool.
It's simple enough though, isn't it? Once
Yeah.
you get into the habit of it,
Yeah.
it's simple enough. And then this Thursday you came round, and that was hilarious for me.
What?
So Thursday, Ghosty came over for the first sort of night session of doing this because I can't remember when we did the intros. Sunday. And so Thursday was the first night of coming round to sort of sit down and get stuff done. So it was like, where do I start? Which is always the hard thing with these videos. I totally see where you're coming from. It's like, where the fuck do I even start? So I'm like, well, you could do this, but I recommend, and we've made a golden rule here, because we sat down and spent all weekend doing like the rules of making our videos that we want to stick by for format and stuff. And one of the big issues we have, or that I've had in the past, is I have to use other people's footage, and you guys know this. So if I'm doing a video on vanilla, I can't get that footage, right? I can't go and film vanilla without leveling on some fucking private illegal server or some shit, and I'm not doing that. So I use other people's footage. But for what we're doing, we're making sure that we use our own footage. As much as humanly possible is use our own footage because it's much higher quality and we get the exact scenes that we need. And your first footage you needed one particular thing to happen, right? Fair to say? Fair to say you needed one particular thing to happen. Something that we could have pulled off YouTube in about 2 seconds, but of course we film it ourselves in much higher quality. How long did it take you to get that scene? And I was sat and I was like, this is my pain. This is what I go through all the time, just trying to get that one fucking scene.
No, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm gonna say it in vagaries. Now, put it like this. You need something to happen. This event is the pinnacle of what you can do in this situation. To get there, you need to build up to do this. And you're also, imagine, and the actual apparatus that you're using to create this eventuality would be the same as trying to create the Mona Lisa with a fork. I can't give anything away, but that is the way that it was so impossibly hard. But once I got it in the end, it was just like, oh, there it is. Fuck you, science. And I got it.
It's the fact that you're not used to. Again, it's the little things that I've picked up over the years. Like, just over stupid things. It's like, always record. Always record. If you're trying to do something, always record. Because if you try and set it up and then do it again properly, you're going to fuck it up. So always record and it'll happen. But it really reminded me of my fire mage, because my fire mage was undergeared. I had to get a really good combustion on my fire mage. For my intro, it's about 5 seconds long intro. 12 LFRs, 13 LFRs, at least. Every boss in that LFR trying to get that sweet combustion. Just wouldn't fucking happen. Would not happen. I would fire off pyro after fucking pyro and it wouldn't crit and it wouldn't go. Because I wanted the intro to go boom, 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 and it just went boom, bye. Fucking every time. And I was like, you fucker, you absolute fucker. And I was sat here on the couch and I was filming you trying to do this thing and you're just like, can't do it.
Losing my shit.
Can't do it.
I was
Can't
losing
fucking
my
do it.
fucking
Cannot
shit.
fucking do
The
it.
thing is, it was before we got our apartments when you was at home and I was at home and we had this thing at your house then. But by the time that I'd come to your house, I'd actually learnt it and everything at home. So I came to your house, we installed it onto your PC, and I was just doing it. I was just like, yep. And it was easy. But the fact is, I had to do it and learn it again in that short amount of time for that one minuscule clip. But I don't even care how long that clip is. It was glorious when it just happened.
That's the point. It's totally worth it in
Exactly.
the end. It is so worth it in the end.
The best part is, once you put things into operation, you can just sit back and admire it then for like the next 10 seconds. It's like...
How many times do you think you watched your intro? 30? 30 times? It's an 8-second intro.
Yeah.
On
The
loop.
thing is, I'm not going to hype up my intro. It's very, very, very basic. There's no like cataclysmic world ending effects or anything like that. It's basically...
Don't tease it. Just let him wait.
Okay, all I'm going to say is like, we've got the generic Preach Gaming intro, you know, with the silhouetted Deathwing and stuff like that. It's that, but it's just me trolling with that intro, basically. That's all it is. It's just like, ha ha ha, I'm fucking with your shit. That's the theme. I'm fucking with your shit.
That's awesome. Oh, it's going to be really good. I'm looking forward to when they're eventually made. It should be a while. There'll be a while, okay? There'll be a while. Take our time.
I've only got a few hours Thursday night as well.
And plus we get the opportunity to play some games together, because we've got to get... there's loads of games we need to get, which is kind of cool.
I'm really excited.
Do you know what we've been doing recently, though? Playing retro games.
Yeah.
Have you guys done this? These fucking retro games?
Oh, dude, as soon as...
So hard!
I went home and got that thing the same night just so that I could sit there on it.
What? And practice it?
Yeah. Not even practice it, just play it.
Jesus Christ, man! I played. I wanted a little clip from Mortal Kombat, the original. Fuck Mortal Kombat, the original. I was god at that game. Like anybody who came to my house, I would demolish them on any character, every single time. Playing Mortal Kombat these days is so fucking hard because the game is so slow, so outrageously slow, to the point where you decide to do something in your brain and you're used to like. Year 2000 gaming mechanics, the game goes, it's going to take me a minute or two to get there, buddy. Like, you can't just decide to jump when you've already told me to click and do this, right? And it just goes, it was fucking horrible. It made the game so much harder.
And you told me that Raiden doesn't do his scream on his charge, does he not?
He did on the SNES version.
That's what I mean. I thought that was a SNES MU that you got.
Yeah, it did it on that.
Alright, it's alright then.
I got battered. Liu Kang was almost impossible.
I hate that.
Beating Liu Kang was...
Do you know the best part about Liu Kang is that he was Gump in Mortal Kombat. In Mortal Kombat 2, because of his bicycle kick, which is just holding kick for 5 seconds, every time a match started, you could sit there with it with your finger on the button, and as soon as it goes, fight, just go, just boot the fuck out of
it was a bit like
face.
that, but fuck it was horrible. It was so horrible. It was really bad. But getting to other games, because you've got a new game that you got today, which is awesome.
Finally got it. Finally got it. Oh.
Can we talk about BioShock Infinite?
Yes, let's do that first.
Who doesn't know everything there is to know about BioShock Infinite? Like, are you going to be pissed if we talk about BioShock Infinite?
That's not going to game-altering spoilers.
It's kind of hard not to.
We don't have to go into the ending, do we?
No, but I'm just going to see, is anybody going to be really pissed if we talk about BioShock
Not
Infinite?
like the ending, though. We don't give away twists and endings and stuff like that. We're just going to go into some of the features in the game and things like that.
I mean, I'll be pissed. I don't think you will, Chester the Pesto. Yeah, like 3 weeks not giving a shit about it. You should. I'm going to say it. If that thing isn't Game of the Year, I will be so surprised.
There's not a possibility that it couldn't be.
I can't imagine what can beat it, because that is how you make a fucking game.
I was even shocked at that. When you said, dude, I've got this code, please just play this game.
It was thanks to Brighty. I don't know if he's in the chat, actually. Brighty got a new graphics card.
Quality.
It was surprising, actually. Brighty got a new graphics card, and he said, I've got Crysis 3 with it. Do you want it? I said, well, if none of your friends want it, yeah, but I'm not promising I'll stream it. Which is really important, because some people are like, hey, I want you to play Dark Souls. Do you want me to send you Dark Souls? I'm like, don't send me anything if you expect me to stream it, because I do not promise what I'll stream. I'll play whatever I want to play. Don't send me something and be like, oh, you didn't stream it, and then be all pissed off. That's not going to happen. I might not play it. I'll talk about that soon, Genji. Yeah, he said, do you want Crysis 3? All my friends have it, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, well, yeah, cool. He sent me the Crysis 3 code, and it was like, oh, well done. You've just got BioShock Infinite and Crysis 3. And I already had BioShock Infinite, so I was like, oh, I'll give it to Ghosty then. And you were like, oh, because I said I was going to buy you BioShock Infinite anyway. I said that to you about 3 days before. I was like, I'm going to buy you BioShock Infinite. I just finished it. I was like, dude, I'm going to buy you this game. You're going to love it. And he's like, you said, no, I've got too many games to play. I don't want BioShock Infinite. I was like, you're going to want this fucking game. And then I got the free game, so I was like, I sent it to you. I was like, look, there's a BioShock Infinite code. And he went, oh, okay, I'll try it out later. And then he texted me, I think, at like 24 hours later. He was like, dude, that game is so good. What do you think of this combo of weaponry? But what a fucking game.
I finished it in a day and a half. I've never, in a long time, outside of online gaming, I've never ever stuck to a game like that. I didn't log into League of Legends. I didn't log into Warcraft. Anything. As soon as I was on the computer, I was on that game. It was unbe-freaking-leavable.
Yeah, it's so brilliant.
Yeah.
And I watched, after I played it, it was one of those games, because I love the BioShock series. I love 1, I love 2. I didn't watch any videos on it, but I watched, after I finished it, I then watched TB's video on it, where he was moaning about the gunplay, and all this.
What?
Yeah, I know. I was just like,
See, that's why I don't like TV. I've got.
I don't mind TV, but
I don't like
I
it
thought
because
it was such a minor element of the game. I thought, for me, the gunplay in Bioshock Infinite is almost like something that happens in between this amazing story, and it's secondary to it. Because it's like, well, I spend 90% of the time doing gunplay. I'm like, do you though? I mean, you kind of do a lot of gunplay, and the guns aren't that bad. But for me, it was like, how quickly do we get to the next great section of this story?
Exactly.
And I don't want to be shooting everything forever.
The
I want
only
to get
thing,
through it.
I mean, I play a lot of first-person shooters. The only thing that I could say that annoys me about the gunplay is something that you can't change, but it's a toggle zoom, and that is it. The fact that when I play a first-person shooter, anything that I'm aiming down the iron sight or a scope from, I press a button but keep it in, fire, let go and it comes out. And that is as minuscule as I can complain about the gunplays. I hate it when you press it and have to press it again. That is it.
I don't really care about that.
That is it. Even the gun sound effects were awesome. Everything about it was awesome.
It's one of those games that I think a lot of people got with me on this because I streamed all of Bioshock Infinite. I streamed it all playing through it. Is once I get what I feel... I mean, if it's one of them two gun systems that I particularly hated. I'm going to be honest, the worst thing about the gunplay in Bioshock Infinite for me was the fact that it was two weapons. I fucking can't stand that. I love having my choice of weaponry. I want to have everything I can have, and then when the situation switches up... I just don't like it. Every game I've played that's got the two weapon system, I mean, maybe it's because I grew up with the Dooms and the Duke Nukems, but
yeah.
All the other Bioshocks had every weapon with them as well. I like having every weapon, because sometimes I just go, you know what, fuck you, rocket launcher, and I want to blow the shit out of it. But if it's a two weapon system, I find my two weapons. After that, I don't give a shit about any other weapon that drops. So for me, I had like a carbine and a sniper rifle. That was me done. Once I had that two combo and it worked so well all the time, I was like, yeah, that's what I want. That's it. And that's what really annoys me about two gunplay systems is I know I will find my niche. And once I found that, I don't even care if I pick up another weapon.
That's good. I liked it.
Well, maybe, because it means I have to like play it through again to try... I kind of want to know what the other weapons did, because some people in the stream are going, you should try this gun, it's really good. I was like, yeah, I don't really want to give up my carbine.
Well, that's what I did as well, but I made sure that I tried different combinations and stuff like that. Like, an example being, I will always use, out of choice and favour, I will always use a ranged weapon.
Jack.
Like, I'll use like the sniper rifle, the carbine, but I always favour the standard pistol as well.
Yeah,
but
I hate pistols, me.
I got the shotgun, and I never ever used it until later on, until I got the Vigor, which is the RAM. And you can combine everything to work like that. Like, you use the RAM, which is basically a Vigor. If you've not played Bioshock Infinite, it's is it the plasmids?
Yeah, plasmids.
Plasmids, it's basically your superhuman abilities and stuff like that. There's one called the RAM, where basically you'll hold your fist up, and as soon as you target someone, you'll basically charge at them and just smash them in the face. But you can combine that with certain items that give you certain stats. Like if you hit them with a melee attack, one piece of the item will say, if you hit them with a melee attack, they will then take double damage from a weapon. There's another thing that says if you hit them with a melee attack, there is a 70% chance they will set on fire. So you combine these together. So if I was like, then that's when I picked up the shotgun. So then I'd ram them in, and then I'd hit them with the melee weapon while I'm there, set them on fire, they'd take more damage, and then I'd just pound them with a shotgun. And it was just so good. And then when you're out of salts, which is like the mana, then you just switch back to your ranged weapon so you can do it again, and then change your plasma.
That has been in every game. I told you this. The Bioshock 1, I didn't realise what the best weapon in that game was till the last two chapters. The fucking wrench. And it's the same as you just said. The wrench could be combined so you had like massive melee attack speed. It froze enemies on combat, and then it did huge amounts of damage as well. And I was like, if I fully upgrade my wrench, how good is it? I swatted the last boss in Bioshock 1 with the wrench. As soon as he came out of his fucking... he's in like...
stasis.
He's in a pod thing. As soon as he came out, I just went... and I just beat the fucking shit out of it. I had all these guns. I had machine guns. I had rocket launchers. I was like, dude, wrench. Bring the fucking noise. It was so good.
It's a knife and wrench.
But on top of that, though, so Bioshock Infinite, we both give it 2 thumbs up. Play it. You can get it on Game Fan Shop really cheap as well, via our link below. All these kind of things are there. It was the most sold game on our Game Fan Shop link by miles. I think like 40 fucking copies or something went out in that week. Really insane. And everybody enjoyed it, which was awesome. But on top of that, because I've been streaming different games, I can't not talk about Binding of Isaac and Faster Than Light.
I've been watching... I've not seen anything of Faster Than Light. I've seen Binding of Isaac when you've been playing.
Binding of Isaac is possibly the most... I have a real trouble. Like, if I was to say what my biggest real-life problem is ever, is turning my brain off. It's really, really hard. So, like I say, I've said it several times, going to bed for me is a nightmare because it takes me like 2 hours to go to sleep. I'm always thinking about stuff. If I play Binding of Isaac after a day, wow. I am just like so serene after playing that game because it forces you to switch off everything but just look at this game. And then when you finish with the game, you just turn it off and you're like, my brain is completely empty now. And I'm fine. I'm just totally relaxed and totally chilled. And it's I can't express how good this game is for streaming because there is no rush. Everything needs a little bit of thought. And you can go into a room and clear it, and you can just be like, and it takes you probably 15 to 30 seconds to clear a room, depending on its difficulty. You can take a breather, and you can read the chat, you can interact really nicely. Streaming it is a fucking joy. But on top of that, the game itself is amazing. It's not the fact that it's got a really nice pace for streaming. On top of that, every time you play it, it's completely randomly generated. So it's never the same. It has huge replayability. I've not even tried one of the other 7 classes yet. And I haven't even seen all the bosses. I haven't actually been to the end of the game yet, although I finished the game. You finish the game when you kill Mom for the first time, but that only means that you've unlocked the next bosses, and then there's bosses after that you need to do certain things to unlock them. And it can end up going with something like 6 floors to start with, and there's about 9 or 10 floors actually in the game, which takes a long time to get to. I just had such a fucking blast streaming that, and enjoyed it. I think I played it 3 days straight. Instead of varying the games, I was like, I just want to play Isaac again. And felt awesome afterwards. And now people are like really recommending other games. So Faster Than Light was the next one.
Explain this to me.
Faster Than Light is the same thing again. It's completely randomly generated, so your experience every time you play it is totally different. It's a troll game. It's well worth pointing out Isaac and Faster Than Light are both troll games. So you get a chest, for instance, in Isaac. You open the chest, it can be something good, or it could be a giant bomb that actually follows you and takes your health off. And you can die very, very easily. It's a tough game. It's not there to be it's not there to be beaten. It wants you to die, and it tries that. Faster Than Light is the same. It's Faster Than Light. You start with the nothing, and you have 8 sectors until you meet the last boss. What you do along the way means how you outfit your ship and decisions you make along the way is whether or not you'll be able to kill the last boss. Which means, do you spend your money on weapons or do you spend it on this?
Can you really quickly show me this after the live stream?
Sure. You just have to make these decisions, and all you have to do is jump between. You have to manage your fuel, you have to manage your missiles. Do you use a missile here? Are you going to need more missiles later in the fight? Are you going to spend money on missiles where you may not be able to buy weapons?
Okay.
All this kind of stuff. And then things might drop, so you might buy a weapon, and then suddenly the weapon drops the next one. So you have to bear that in mind before you drop a load of money, and it trolls you really hard. So I had a crew, and then it said, hey, you know what? You've come up on a space station. There might be something valuable on there. Do you want to check it out? And it's like, yes or no. So you kind of want to check it out, right? So you press yes, and it goes, oh, yeah, this station wasn't safe. One of your crew members has died, and crew members are really rare. And that's it. And it's just that message says, oh, your crew member died. And you're just like, fuck me. You bastard. And the game trolls you so fucking... Yeah, poor Bill. I had a character called Bill. Died in all the runs I did. And Bill was a pilot, because you put people in certain systems and they start leveling in that skill. So you put a guy in weapons, guy in shields, which means they react faster.
This does sound like the game that I told you about that I just got on my iPhone.
Yeah, maybe. There may be a slight rip of it.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It sounds too coincidental.
Well, Bill's my pilot. Nearly a capped pilot. Well, I think he continues to skill up anyway. But he's doing well as a pilot, Bill. He was I named it after people from the stream. So Pilot Bill, looking solid. And we got half the way in, and then suddenly a fire broke out on the ship after some fight, and Bill was caught in the fire, and Bill died. Sad face. And so Bill died then, and the next one I lost my ship, and then I was literally on the second jump, which is 5 seconds into the game. Bill died on the space station. It was like, we finally got Bill back, guys. Everyone root for Team Bill. Bill died. I was like, motherfucker. And I've got it on the stream where I go, because he'd literally just come back to life. He just went, oh yeah, Bill's dead now. It's like, you fucking bastard.
Jesus Christ.
Got loads of decisions to make, but it's a really nice, and the soundtrack is amazing. It's really good.
One shot, Bill.
And you bought another game, because I love this. We've played so many different games now, which makes us much better as gamers, I think.
Yeah.
I've noticed that my ability to play the games has vastly increased over the last week or so.
Same as me.
Before we get to yours, can I complain? Backseat gaming. Do you know what backseat gaming is?
Yeah, when someone tells you what to do.
Yeah, it's a big problem with streaming, especially if you want to enjoy the game and interact with the chat. My whole point of my stream, which is good, it's building slowly, but it's good, because a lot of people expect it just to be wow. It's not that. So I think on the first day we had like 100 and something people. Then it was 180, and by the end of the week it was 200 plus. And it's getting there. People are starting to understand what the stream's about and enjoy it. It's very relaxed, play different games. And all I ask, the only rule is do not backseat game. So I'll buy a game that other people have finished. Obviously people have finished Binding of Isaac. People have finished Faster Than Light. So I'll enjoy and turn it on and say, look, just don't backseat game, okay? I want to learn the game myself. We're here to have fun. I'm going to play the game. You'll get to see the learning process, and we'll chat and have fun along the way. Mr. Genji is the worst backseat gamer in the history of mankind.
Oh, not only that, he's a cunt.
I cannot fucking believe how bad you are at backseat gaming. He was spamming in caps about the fucking game.
Which game?
He didn't. Anybody who's in the stream during Fast and Light will tell you that that is a lie. It got so bad. Do you know what he did? Because I said at some points, I'm not checking the chat. He sent me a message via Steam directly to tell me that he wanted to help me. I wanted to. He was raging. He was raging. Oh my! I can't watch this. Fast and the Light because he's finished it. In fact, he recommended it to me. He's like, "You'll love Fast and the Light." I'm like, "Cool, let me play it."
Yeah, fuck off!
So angry. He was so fucking angry. I think even in the point,
I scamped you.
I wanted, but I did. It was making me laugh because it was like, "Genji, shut up." But it was funny. But I had a great time doing it. But what's the game you bought today that you've been looking forward to for ages?
Oh my god! Oh my god! The thing is, and like this is like my gimmick of live streaming, of playing games. Every time I play a game, I'm sort of in the opposite seat from you. Whereas I don't mind backseat gamers because 9 times out of the 10 I will be playing a game and ask people not to tell me what to do, but to advice and why. Like in League of Legends, for example. I suck at League of Legends.
I would consider that a different type of game.
Well, no, what I'm saying is like people say, right, you're this character, you need to build this, you need to go this way, you need to do that. But people will say, you should really build this because blah, 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 and it's a benefit over this. And it's like, right, okay then, because then it was basically correcting what I was doing wrong. But I got this game knowing full well that I could never play it as good as you see in the adverts, as you see in the trailers. No chance. Those are world-class people. But I've been waiting for it for so long, and it's been out for a while, but I've always been paid. I got Injustice, the DC beat-em-up based on the Mortal Kombat 4, I want to say, engine. It is so good.
You've played it all day.
Oh my god. As soon as basically, long story short, because it's a boring house story, on a Saturday, we get up in the morning, we go and do something with Ava, take her to a park or a fun house or something, then we go shopping, and then Ava will go out while I clean the house. No. Ava will go out, well, Suzanne will go shopping, and I clean the house. When we went out today, I picked up Injustice, and when we got back, Suzanne went shopping, I didn't clean up the house.
I did not clean the house.
I just basically just threw everything down, plonked myself on my futon, and put Injustice on. It is so good. The story is so different.
I don't get how they do a story though in because it baffles me that it's got a story because it's one-on-one combat in every. That's all the gameplay is one-on-one combat, Mortal Kombat style, yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, I can't figure out how they'd link a story to that unless it's like, oh no, now you're here, let's fight.
Well, imagine it like this. Imagine it where the start of the game, everything's fucking up. I don't know why I said that because I always say fuck. Everything's fucking up. You don't know what the watchtower is, do you?
I know what a watchtower is.
Well, there's basically a watchtower in space which is linked to the Justice League where they monitor everything on Earth, all of Earth activity, space activity, blah 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 blah. There's a load of fighting going on the watchtower. I'm not going to go into the storyline, but you start off. Chapter 1's called. It goes into character. Chapter 1's Batman. All the fighting's on the watchtower, and they're all interconnected. Batman, we really need you up here. He goes, sit tight, you'll be fine. I've just got to go and check that the Joker's locked up first, because if he's involved in this, shit's going to happen. So then you go and like look for the Joker. The Joker's not there.
Good God!
But you find out that it's a trap set for you. But then Batman knows it's a trap, and he turns around and it's Deathstroke who set the trap. He's come to fight, so you fight him. But basically, before you do it, they link it in saying like, the Joker's, he goes, I can't believe you're working for Joker. And I was like, well, his money's the same as everyone else's. Obviously, he's a merc. So you fight, and then like, I keep fucking skipping things. He gives you a one line. He goes, the Joker's green's the same as everyone else's, and I get a bonus of killing the Batman. So then you fight each other, you beat the shit out of him, and you walk off saying no bonus for you today and stuff like that. Then it'll carry on the story. Then like you fight another couple of people, and then it'll really nicely shift to the next person in the story. Like it'll focus on someone, and then when they're about to fight someone, it does that.
So there's no overworld like that crappy game we played.
Which one?
That Marvel game was shit, but it was kind of fun. It was like it was a brawler where you was co-op. You could be Iron Man, I could be Wolverine,
and we
could
do our combo together.
Yeah, do the combo.
All my alliance. No, it's not like that. It's just basically Mortal Kombat.
Oh, okay.
but it's so good. Everything is interactive.
Spoilers.
No, that's not. That is actually in the intro.
Yeah, that's
basically.
the intro of the game.
That's right. I'm not going to go into spoilers because it really does pick up. I'm actually nearly finished with it because I sat there and powered through it today.
See you, Denzel.
I played all the characters and stuff like that, and I was like, you were saying, who's a good character? So I'd send you a text who the best one was, and I'd play someone else, and I'd like, no, it's this guy, it's this guy, it's this guy. But everything's interactive. Like you must have seen a cutscene or something. Like, for example, when you're fighting in the Batcave, you could be fighting and stuff like. When you go over to one side, you could basically in combat, you could hit a button on the wall, and the Batmobile's parked in the background, and it'll fire rockets out the front and nail someone. But you can interact with the scenery as well. Like there's like a power kick or a power punch, where you'll knock someone. Like in the Batcave, it's transitional. You start off, you can power smash someone through this console. Go through the console, through a wall, drops down all these girders and layers and stuff into the next layer, and you're into the next layer of the Batcave.
Oh, so the maps are huge.
Exactly, but some of them are unbelievable. Like when you're fighting in the city, when this big war between the heroes breaks out, there's two giants that are fighting in the background, and one of the abilities is this, like the Ceneric ability. You'll smash him into this robot guard that stood there, and this robot guard will get pissed off, grab them, and just smash you farther away. And these fighting each other. One of them will like look at you and grab you. The guy's just been hit. He'll smash him in the face of the guy who's fighting a few times, and he'll launch you through a building. Like everything's interactive. It's so good.
I'll have to come and see it.
And the finishers, man, are unbelievable. They don't do a lot of damage, but fair enough. But the custom animation on all of them is so good. Like Batman's, for example, like he throws a stun grenade at you, then he does like something with his wrist pad, but you don't find out what. And then he gets two tasers out, puts them onto your throat, and then they're going, ah, but then he pulls your head down and like smashes your jaw onto his knee, then throws another stun batarang at you. So when their character turns around when he's stunned them, Batman does like a backflip, and the Batmobile just revs it across the map and smashes into him. It's so good. It's really, really good. But all of the characters, and they, funnily enough, made Aquaman look so cool.
They're going to make an Aquaman film. Did you see this?
I've not seen this.
I kind of don't want to get into films. Do we take a break or we go straight through?
No, Power 3, man. Power 3.
Power 3.
Yeah.
So we need to talk about, well, those are all games we recommend. I recommend Isaac. I fucking seriously recommend Faster Than Light. You recommend Injustice and Bioshock
definitely.
Infinite. We played all four of those last week or so. They were fucking awesome. Go and check them out. They were really cool. We're going to see Star Trek tomorrow.
Yes, definitely.
The new Star Trek's out, so we won't spoil that. We still can't spoil Iron Man 3, which I want to talk about. I'm not peed off about it. I want to talk about it.
Next web show.
Yeah, next web show. Can we
Next
talk
web
about
show,
Iron Man 3 next web show? Can we do that? Or are you guys going to be pissed?
No, let's not do it yet.
Oh, should we have a spoiler cast where we warn people? And then...
No, because then it's just lowering the view. So,
No, I want to talk about with the guys who know. I'm not bothered about views.
let's save it for the
we
next
never
one. While it's
stream
still
for views.
box office, we can't. Let's not do it while it's still box office.
Alright, so when it comes off the screen, the big screen.
Not even when it comes off, because in 2 weeks' time it'll still be on, but we'll talk about it.
Alright.
It's been out for like 6 weeks then.
Yeah. Suckers. But we're going to see Star Trek tomorrow, which by all accounts is amazing.
Yes.
Which I'm really looking forward to. It should be fucking good. But they are going to... I've watched... they're going to make an Aquaman movie. Because Downey Jr. is not doing any more Iron Man. Is that correct?
He's hinted that he's not doing
But
anymore.
have you seen the fuss that's been kicked up about the payments? Have you seen this? It's been all over Reddit for the last week or so. Is... For the Avengers, it's the payouts that people got for the Avengers has come out. Robert Downey Jr. is $70 million. Thor, $2 million. Hawkeye, $2 million. Scarlett Johansson, $2 million. Everybody got $2 million, including Samuel L. Jackson, Bruce Banner. They all got $2 million. Robert Downey Jr., $70 million. And Robert Downey Jr. is the first one to say, why were they fucked over? Because they don't talk about it apparently beforehand. And now it's all come out that all of them got $2 million each, which is by no means a small amount of money, but it's comparatively. No one's, because a lot of the people, the only white fucking activists on Reddit were like, "Am I the only one who thinks $2 million is not a bad take-home pay?" It's not the point. If one guy's getting $70 million, and apparently Robert Downey Jr.'s agent went in and said, "We want a percentage of the gross of all of the Avengers movie." So he got a percentage, and everyone else got a set pay, and we're not allowed to negotiate anything else. This is a major fucking problem with the Avengers 2 happening, because none of those guys want to make the Avengers 2 now, because they got fucked. And can you blame them?
Wow. No, can you fuck?
Yeah, Chris Evans has said he only did, he knew about it a while ago, he's only doing Captain America the Winter Soldier because he's contractually obligated to do it. Same with whoever's, that guy who does Thor, Chris Hemsworth. He's only doing Thor because of that, and at the moment, everything looks on ice for Iron Man, the Hulk, and any more Captain America, any more Thor, because they got fucked at the Avengers.
That's terrible.
They got absolutely fucked, and that really pisses me off because Downey Jr. is the one who's causing a big fuss with 70 million. And not exactly giving them any pay, but you know he's he's giving a fuss.
In
but,
fairness to him, though.
Well, he's the one who's kicking up the big stink. He said he's sticking up for the little guy, and the article said that the reason he's doing that is he's the one with the power and the sway to make things happen, where they won't get replaced because they all look to the guy who played. I mean, I found out really what happened to the guy who Don Cheadle replaced. Now, I was under the impression after discussion with you, he asked for more money. No. That ain't true. They actually said they were giving him a lot less money for his second one.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, for Iron Man 1, that guy who was supposed to be War Machine.
I can't remember his pissing
name. Yeah, I can't
name.
remember his fucking name now. But he was the guy who originally played him. And then Don Cheadle came in Iron Man 2. Now, everybody suspected that guy asked for more money because he knew the Iron Man franchise was going massive. That isn't true. They offered him way, way, way less fucking money. Way, way less fucking money.
Can't remember what it's called.
To be in the second movie. And he said, that's really unfair. This film's going to be bigger, probably make more. Why would I get less money? And they just fucked him off and took Don Tuna.
It's not Cuba
Gooding. It's not Cuba Gooding. He's the dude, you know. But yeah, they fucking. Apparently, this is what came out of the whole thing: is Marvel is remarkably fucking stingy, really badly. Like, and Marvel's owned by Disney, but Disney can't get involved with any Marvel's affairs. Kind of like Blizzard and Activision.
Terrence Howard, yeah. Cheers, buddy, ain't so.
Yeah. Robert Downey Jr. got overall 70 million. The 50 million was the first figure, and then he got another 20 million on the back end from marketing or something like that. It came out to be about $70 million. But yeah, Marvel's been so fucking stingy. Apparently, they're a really stingy, tight company. Like, if they won't stretch to it, they're not going to do it. If it's not, you know, unless they're even to the point where they didn't market some movie because they just said it wasn't worth the expense.
It's the second biggest grossing film of all time.
This is what it was, and this is going to piss you off. This is why the Avengers was not up for any Oscars. Marvel refused to market it in the Oscar pool. They didn't put any money into it. Apparently, to get in the Oscars, you have to put some marketing.
Of course you do, yeah.
Marvel refused to do it, and that's why the Avengers did not appear in any of the awards ceremony. It wasn't in the Brit Awards, not the Brits, the BAFTAs. Wasn't in the BAFTAs, was not in the Oscars. And there's a big article about the whole thing. Marvel refused to put any money towards the Avengers getting any awards. They didn't give a shit. That's why. Because we were surprised. We were like, is the Avengers really not even nominated? Because it was a great movie. Sure, it was fluffy, blow everything up kind of movie, but it was still a great movie. Dark Knight was nominated for loads of stuff, which is kind of different, I guess, but we were surprised not to see it anywhere. I think in the BAFTAs, it literally got nominated for a special effects mention, but Life of Pi won, I want to say, which I still haven't seen. Life of Pi, it doesn't look like that kind of movie.
That fucked me off, that's so chronic, and yeah, you can call it as biased as you want, but last year, the best film, bar none, was The Dark Knight Rises. Fucking absolutely mind-blowing, completely sealed up finish to a fucking quality trilogy. Not considered for shit. Oh, The Life of Pi. Oh, it's so artsy. Oh, it sticks up for the little man. Fuck off. It had a couple of good visuals, and it was, you know, it's so.
Well, the tiger wasn't real.
Who gives a shit?
Well, I watched two films this week as well. I watched Cloud Atlas and I watched Oblivion. Cloud Atlas wasn't for me, which is a real pity because I was so looking forward to that. But I'm just going to pre-warn you, it's not even a spoiler, is that it's the same characters, the same actors playing different versions of people throughout time. So it goes back to way, you know, old time. It's Tom Hanks. There's Tom Hanks in the 80s, there's Tom Hanks in like the 2000s, there's Tom Hanks in the future. And then there's Tom Hanks and Halle Berry in the way future. I'm talking, have you seen The Time Machine?
No.
Okay, well, we're talking way future after civilization has collapsed. You know, the inevitable collapse of civilization. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Definitely going to happen. Where they decided to give them a voice. Now, I'm not joking when I say literally that ruined the movie for me.
Really?
Where they say things like, "Do you speak me the true?" And they have this entire dialect that's
like street slang.
No, it's almost like a Southern American twang to it, with a really strange sort of dialect that you would find. I'm trying to give you an example, but it is really bizarre. It really fucking freaks me out, and it ruined the whole fucking movie for me. And it was just so weird. Cloud Atlas. I've seen Cloud Atlas. That was what spoiled it for me. And it was weird because it could have been a really good movie. It was very in depth, very emotional, and then these scenes kept popping up that were just diabolical. And Oblivion, good for what it is. I called it though. It's very much like me. called it to fuck.
Clones.
Oh yeah. Who? You didn't see it. I saw it. It's Moon with more Michael Bay. It's Michael Bay's Moon.
So is it not this whole like Earth ending thing? Was that not man-made?
Without spoiling it, do you know what it is? It's Moon plus Star Trek 1. You ever seen Star Trek 1, the motion picture?
No.
Don't. It's terrible. But it has a whole thing with Vija. Have you ever heard of Vija? Okay, well, these nerds will know all about it. Oh, cool. I'm a nerd. I'm in there, right? You guys know what Vija is. It's Moon plus Star Trek 1. Star Trek 1's a bad film. Moon's an amazing film. Put them together, you get an okay film for what it is. That's all I'm going to say.
Was the Earth ending man-made?
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you.
Totally easy. Yes, I called that.
Yeah, Vija. Gardax is in the fucking place. But Arrow.
Oh no.
I got segues me to a good topic of conversation.
I got laughed at. Do you know what I actually got laughed at?
By who?
How Suzanne, from how excited I got at like the penultimate episode last night.
So it's coming to the end then.
Yeah, next episode is the season finale, and I was, oh my god, do you know something? Which brings me to another program that I really want to touch on after this. But I've not been this excited at a program since 24. I've not been.
Wow.
That's what I mean. Don't get me wrong.
Wow.
There are programs that are amazing that I love. Loads of programs like Supernatural, Sons of Anarchy, that sort of thing. But Arrow, oh my god, the story is so good. It gives you like nice little teasers and spoilers, nice little tips of the capture thing, like Slade Wilson, who's obviously Deathstroke and stuff like that. I mean, in the last night's episode, they're talking about diverting an airliner, which is a Ferris Air airliner, which Ferris Air is where Hal Jordan is a pilot for, Green Lantern, stuff like that.
I certainly knew who that was.
But the actual episode was so good, and it leaves it so good for this finish, because you think something's coming to a head. You sort of know what's going to happen, but you don't know how it happens. But then something else that you don't think about happens. But like I can't explain it. It's so good.
So you recommend I should watch it then?
Yes.
Okay.
Just there's something that happened last night, and it was what the episode ended on. No, it was just before what the episode ended on. Like Oliver, who's the Green Arrow, Oliver Queen. He goes and speaks to his friend and says something to his friend, like, and you think that's awesome. But then something else happens, and his friend sees this, and it's like, oh, just that.
Well, I need to know a lot about DC to
no,
get it.
You won't even need to know anything. Suzanne obviously knows.
I know nothing
dick.
about DC.
Exactly, Suzanne knows dick about comics. That's what I said. The whole Ferris airline thing, that is just a tip of the cap to you. It's just an airline name. Do you know what I mean? If you saw, like on the intro, like it shows Deathstroke's mask on a spike, you know what Deathstroke's mask looks like, don't you? Yes, you do.
Looks like Deadpool.
Deadpool, it's just like half and half.
Okay.
But it's stuff like that, but it's so good. It is so
But I'm up to speed on Game of Thrones
good.
Season 3 now as well.
Ooh.
I got up to speed on Game of Thrones Season 3. I couldn't really wait. Yes. Yes, 1,000 times yes to Game of Thrones Season 3. Besides Jon Snow, who's a dick. But,
how'd you do that thing with your mouth, Jon Snow? How fucking legit is that? You know what's better? The line that's better than that is she goes, "Are you still a crow, Jon Snow?"
Snowcrow.
Are you still a crow?
But Mackenzie fucking Crook is in it.
I know. But not only is he in it.
Amazing.
Great.
And I think he's going to be good.
Yeah, you know what I like about it is when he says to him, "If I kill you," and that bird just wandered off.
So good. Well, I'm not gonna. You can't spoil it, obviously,
No.
but I think they've had a awesome ending for like 4 episodes in a row, which Game of Thrones Season 1 and 2 didn't. Game of Thrones used to go woo, woo, and then really good. This one seems to be just all non-stop fucking action, and plus you get to see a lot of tits and some dick. I'm in. Sold. A lot of tits and some dick.
Do you know what though? It's the whole spoiler thing, so I won't go into it. A character that I hated for the first 2 seasons, I really like now.
I know exactly who you mean.
And you do, don't you? You do, don't you? I will say it's Jaime Lannister, the Kingslayer. I fucking hate what they've done to him.
Because now
hate.
he's got sympathy and you like him.
It's not the sympathy thing. Even like before then, like when he's actually taken, and before that event happens, I started to like him then because he's still a sly little fox, but you can see he's like.
Oh, that's kinky.
That's what I mean. He's a sly little fox, but he's he's got his serious side to him. Like, no, it's
Oh, it's good. But the topic I wanted to bring up on this is something true. I slagged off a little while ago Stargate Universe, right?
As you should.
No.
Yes.
I completely rescind that. Star Trek Universe is about 5 years before its time. Fucking seriously. If that show came out now, it would be a runaway success. It was one of the first series where a major Hollywood actor realised that the future lies in television. And there's a big article, again, it was on Reddit this week. It's actually Danny Boyle, in Sherlock Holmes and all that. Danny Boyle has done this video where he's pointed out how bad cinema has become now because we can't do serious movies anymore. Like, really serious movies don't put butts in the seats. They do not put butts in the seats. And it's a big problem for him because he grew up like we did with movies like Clockwork Orange, which, you know, Clockwork Orange when it came out was banned. It was so fucking mind-blowing. And then you watch it now and you're like, Jesus, that wouldn't even play now in a cinema, but it's a great movie. And, you know, serious, in-depth movies. And, like, if you look at a great example that he came up with was The Shawshank Redemption. Shawshank Redemption panned heavily in fucking movies. The most rented and streamed movie of all time. Defeats anything. And a good comment, actually, was Star Wars. People seem to look back at Star Wars as a family movie. It fucking wasn't. Danny Boyle was like, Star Wars was nowhere near a family movie. It was adult as fuck. It was a serious adult and with a lot of serious themes on it. And he's saying now that the problem is for big directors like him is he wants to make dangerous movies, and he's put forward that he really wants to make certain movies, and the studios have rejected it because it's not what puts money in the seats now. And in fact, it's getting harder and harder to find good actors, not big names, not your Tom Cruises,
Monies.
Good actors who will be in these kind of movies because they are all going to television, which is why William H. Macy's in Shameless. Breaking Bad's got a lot of big stars in it. Game of Thrones is fucking The Bean. Bones me.
The Bean for life.
The Bean. And the major... And you look at Tom Selleck, who's doing... he does like a police one.
It's good, that.
Steve Buscemi. I mean, these are the good actors. These aren't the pretty boys. Tom Selleck, maybe so. But these aren't the pretty boys or the clean cuts, but they're the serious fucking These are the big actors who actually draw movies in.
But that's it, man. That's where the money is at the minute.
That's where the money is, and it's where they can be experimental, and that's what they're actually confronting. Is cinema has become very much the safe ground with lots of money. So your Avengers plays really well, your fucking Transformers plays really well. These big action. I mean, you got to look at. I mean, we're gonna go and watch the Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Rim, that one.
We are going to watch that. You're goddamn right.
But the experimental and good acting is now all in television. Robert Carlyle saw that coming, and I feel bad. Stargate Universe only lasted 2 seasons and was cancelled, so I was expecting it to be dire. But I love Stargate. I really enjoy Stargate. So I was like, I'm going to give this a try. I never saw Stargate Universe when it came out. Season 1's a little bit rocky in the early days because one, you've got Robert Carlyle, and then you've got a load of TV type actors which aren't Robert Carlyle. Season 2 though, after they've spent a season working with him, pull their shit together, and it's dark and it's eerie and it fucking works. And season 2 is a joy to watch because it's not about, it's almost irrelevant that it's in space, which is what a good space program should be. It's almost irrelevant that it's in space. So fucking good, season 2, and it's a crime that show was cancelled because if it would have been out now, I'll tell you right now, it would have been up there with the top few because the cast got used to being around. You could tell they're a little bit starstruck in the first one, and they're trying to act opposite Robert Carlyle, who plays it really well, very emotionally. And then they start to pull it out, especially the commander. There's a commander, the captain, who's very brooding and very dark. And once he finds his feet in that role, which is only about late season 1, you can kind of see where the actors become more comfortable in what they're doing. Yeah. And by season 2, he's such a level-headed but dark, evil character who has good intent. He's one of those characters who has really good intentions. But at the same time, he will tear out your fucking eyeballs to make sure his good intentions get there. And there's a whole running arc where Robert Carlyle's character set him up as a murderer. I mean, it's very, very evil. There's a lot of death. There's a lot of gruesome stuff going on in it. And it's set him up as a murderer. And then he fucking gets out of it, finds the way out of being accused as a murderer, and traps Robert Carlyle on the planet, literally by beating the fuck out of him on a planet and leaving there. And this is the good guy who's trying to get everybody home safely. and he beats the shit out of him and fucking walks through the Stargate, turns it off and says, "We're out of here, fuck off, he's dead," and leaves him to it. And there's this running commentary where they don't trust each other, and it's in every scene. It reminds me a lot of the Spider and Littlefinger.
Yeah, it's awesome.
When those two get in a room together, because they've done it again in season 3. They did it in season 2, I want to say, that conversation. I mean, it always stands out when Littlefinger and Spider have a conversation, because it's almost like
indirect threats. It's intelligent.
It reminds me of what the Merovingian says. It's like wiping your ass with silk. Because they are so sinister and evil to each other, but they just do it in such a velvety... It's like when Loki speaks, the actor who plays Loki. When he speaks, it's like shitting velvet. It's so... Because he speaks so eloquently and so smoothly. Yeah. But always with a purpose. It's not waffly. It's just flowing from him. I mean, it's really hard to pull that off. And those two guys pull it off. Good, isn't it? Yeah, and now the captain is on Robert Carlyle's level as actors. And also kind of the point, I mean, this is a bit of a stretch, but sticking young guys and maybe underrated actors with someone like him, it's like when you're playing a better guild in WoW. You stick yourself in with a bunch of good guys, you're going to get better. And these guys all pull the fucking socks up by season 2. It's really sad. Because I slagged it off at first 2. It's been a shit show.
I'll tell you what as well, though. Like, look on the flip side of that. I mean, in Arrow, there's a couple of faces that you'll have recognised, but the main cast, for me personally, are all new people. But the guy who plays Oliver Queen, I don't know the name of the actor, but he plays... You can portray basically as the character Oliver Queen. Before he goes... It's kind of like the Iron Man journey. He's an egotistical, rich little playboy, tragedy, redeemed soul. Whereas like Tony Stark is a redeemed soul. Oliver Queen has to keep up the face that he's still a little wretched shit.
Like Bruce Wayne.
Exactly, yeah. But he does it really well. But like, it's just the little minute actions that you can see in his character where it's perfectly placed. I can't explain it, and it's such a minute detail. Like he'll say something to someone, but he doesn't mean it. But you can tell. It sounds weird, this, but you can tell in his face that he's telling them the truth, but he doesn't mean it. But it's not obvious. Like, yeah, I still love you.
You can tell he's got a mask.
Exactly. But it's so good. But my point is, like, a lot of actors now, maybe they're doing a lot of TV sitcoms, not just because it's for the money, it's because it's the only
it's not
place.
for the money. It's the place where they can experiment.
It's the only place they can experiment, because if they do it on the big screen, then maybe they're going to get replaced by these up-and-coming actors.
I don't think that. I kind of agree with what Danny Boyle said, which is TV is now the only place where they can go and act.
Yeah.
And not be... I mean, you can just watch Oblivion and get the ideas that they've gone... I mean, Morgan Freeman's an old guy now, and there's nothing wrong with Morgan Freeman doing that. And Tom Cruise is kind of getting on in years as well. And they're doing it for... It's nice, it puts money in the seats, it's not a terrible film, you can watch it, it's forgettable, but it's kind of fun while you're there. It's a little bit of fun to go out and watch. Kind of like Transformers got a little bit that way. If it was like... It's a bit of fun, it's cool to watch, blah, blah, blah. Iron Man 3, kind of the same thing. And... You know, it puts asses in the seats. People are going to watch it and be happy with it. But as actors, it's not a great deal of fun to play. Because I think Morgan Freeman's screen time in Oblivion is probably less than 5 minutes.
Wow.
I kind of want to say it's less than 5 minutes. I'm just thinking back to the movie. It's either I would say anywhere between 5 and 7 minutes. He's in the whole movie. That's it. But you know, he's doing his thing and he's happy to do it. And you can't blame him for that. You know what I mean? He's done his acting. He's done some fucking brilliant roles. Like Anthony Hopkins. How long was Anthony Hopkins in Thor?
Oh, yeah, same sort of principle, yeah.
Same sort of principle. Anthony Hopkins is fucking Hannibal Lecter. But are you going to tell Anthony Hopkins that he's shit? No. Does Anthony Hopkins need to go and experiment anymore? No.
It's not just that. It's the fact that in using Thor as the example, he's in it for such a minuscule part of the film, but you fucking remember his scenes.
Well, he apparently made everyone... I don't know if you watched the documentary, because you get the Blu-rays with all the shit on them. I like watching the extra shit. I found it interesting. The scene where he cast Thor out of Asgard. I was going to say Asgard. Lord of the Rings on the brain. Out of Asgard. The director, I can't remember his name. Is it Joss Whedon? Was it Joss?
I think, I don't know.
Well, he got him to do it 2 different ways, and then at the end he was like, do it like... This isn't a documentary. He's like, do it like... can you do it like you don't really want to throw him out, but you feel like you should, but it's upsetting you as a father that you're doing it? And Anthony Hopkins apparently went... Right. Like that, just like that, and this is how skilled an actor he is. And then he turned around and he did the whole scene that's actually in the movie, and everyone was like, there's like 5 or 6 people who were like crying and stuff, which is a bit exaggerated, but it's Muricus or whatever. Yeah. And like, it was so devastating as an actor to go, can you do it like that? And he goes, yeah, sure. Gets on the podium and fucking drops it and does all that stuff. It's just, but he's got to be Churchill?
Yeah.
He's playing Churchill. He's put loads of weight on as well, apparently. It's going to be awesome.
I think he's already played Churchill.
Yeah, the movie's done.
Yeah.
But it should be pretty good. Are we done? I think we need to come to a wrap. Because we've been going for a long ass fucking time. I think we need to do the Q&A, don't we? Because fucking... We've been talking for a long time.
Yeah, should I do a Q&A?
Let's do the Q&A. Let's do the Q&A.
Before we do though, just really quickly, I'm going to stream after the web show like I do. When the stream goes down at about 20 minutes later, I'll stream again. It is going to be League of Legends, but I need to log into Warcraft for about 15 minutes, and it's going to be it's going to be a little special event.
Oh, really?
Yeah, something's going to happen. I don't really want to give it away, but something's going to happen, and it's
Should I
pretty
be there?
No.
Good.
It's long overdue, basically. It is long overdue, but something's going to happen.
Oh, I know what you do.
And it's going to be good.
I bet I've guessed it. I just want to say a huge thank you to Randall, Jacob, and Sebastian who sent us donations tonight. Thank you very much, guys. It's going all towards the new graphics cards. Or graphics card, I should say. I am kind of on hold with Way of the Warrior at the moment, so thank you very much, guys. We really appreciate it. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? I thought Jack left. No drama tonight. We've gone too hard. We went a little bit too hard on the transmogs. In fact, I might need to start cutting them down.
We need to, just go.
I don't know. Do we just make them faster? Because
we need to make them faster because if we cut the videos, and we're just going to make twice as long for how backlogged the transmogs are going to be, aren't we?
Yeah, all donations go towards a Batcave. A Batcave with graphics cards and microphone stands.
The Batcave. I'm just going to fill it with 15-inch monitors.
Could you go ahead and ban Pren MP? That would be great.
Who's Pren MP?
Do you like to drink diarrhea spelt wrong?
Oh no, you spelled it wrong.
That is trying too damn hard. Trying too damn hard.
Where is he? What colour is his name?
Cut the shit ones out. That would mean me checking. That turns the transmog competition not only into a huge process for me. I only just got back to the house.
The thing is, look at it like this. Look at it like X Factor and Pop Idol. If you cut the shit ones out, it would be shit to watch. See what I did there?
WoW's gone down to 8. How many subs? 8.3. Is the new figures out? I haven't seen them. I was literally, if you were following our Facebook, I was out from 8 a.m. this morning. I got back home, 6 o'clock, something like that. Okay. A couple of hours. A couple of hours before the web show, so I didn't have time. They dropped 1.3 mil. I'm not overly surprised. We'll talk about that on the daily. That's a daily subject, right?
Yes, I am playing League of Legends after I've done the Warcraft thing, and yes, it will be with anyone who's in the chat who wants to join us. It's basically the first come, first serve.
Yes, Pains in the Grand. Next time, another workshop, Shroomsy. Oh, the Moonkin one. Did you improve? Did the old workshop help? That's what I'd like to say. Did you notice how yeah, you're the Moonkin who just missed a couple of globals on your AoE and it was pissing you off. I remember. I hope that helped, by the way. It's the simple things like that you don't really notice. The Warlock quest I've done 3 times for friends. It's not that I haven't done it on my own Warlock because, frankly, I don't give a shit about Greenfire at all. But I've done it for friends who weren't as good. I would like to see, in answer to your question though, I would like to see class quests for every class. They're very unique, and the Warlock quest has been more and more overwhelmingly popular. Should you start playing WoW again? If you want to. Everybody who takes a break tends to come back, which is pretty cool. Could you give you
no
more...
offense, preach. But
it's a new thing. I made a fuss about people who say no offense and then say something completely stupid. Not no offense and then offend you. No, like the Lord of the Rings thing. No offense, but I really like Lord of the Rings. Why the fuck would I be offended by that? I don't understand why people put no offense before sharing their opinion on something, which is just an opinion on something. It really drives. I don't. Obviously, nobody likes somebody who goes, "No offense, you're a cunt," because that's just offensive, right?
That's directly offensive.
Yeah, that's just offensive. But people who say no offense to something that isn't offensive in the first place. No offense, but I really like eggs. Okay, good for you. An opinion, yeah. No offense. What graphics card am I going for? I don't know. It totally depends on how much we have to blow on a graphics card. I'm debating whether to get something better or to try and get another one of the cards that I already had. All I know is that the card I replaced mine with is just not good enough. It was burning out pretty quickly.
Preach, why not do transmogs 1 class per web show? Because that'd be boring, man.
Oh, God, and that would take forever to go through every class.
And when it got
I like the system now where the guys can go on the website and just post your transmog.
That's
if we need to make a modification, we'll do it at our end, is what I can say to you. We did an hour and 45 minutes of Transmog, though, and that means we missed a drama story and just general chit chat with you guys. So
We
that's
just need
no
to speed
good.
them up. That's all we need.
Yeah, it needs to go. It's more at our end that needs fixed.
Yes, it is on EU West on League of Legends.
I burnt out a 660 Ti. Is what I burnt out. I burnt out a 660 Ti. Pretty hardcore. I mean, it was kind of unfortunate. I was filming Wave Warrior 2 with like 4 copies of WoW open and another one over here, so the room was running about 34 degrees, and we had a heat wave this week. So it all coincided.
Days.
Yeah, those 2 days I was pushing my PC to the max, which wasn't cool.
Ghosty, are you giving away a champ in the stream tonight? I might do.
Giving away a champ? Why would you do that?
It's got to be fucking something criminal for them to give it away. But I said I've got some RP. You know, make me laugh. You can have a champ.
Okay.
That's it. It's got to be something redonkulous, though.
Yeah,
I don't laugh a lot.
You're running quad 660s.
Wow.
Any other MMOs I would recommend to you? You know what? No, absolutely not. I've got a lot of friends playing Neverwinter. Boosters playing Neverwinter as well.
What is Neverwinter?
It's another MMO.
There's a LoL streamer that I follow who's playing that as well. But I don't know what it is.
It's an MMO. What's it?
Kind of MMO.
Usual style. Yeah, a little bit. I'm not hearing anything amazing about it. People are playing it because it's new and fresh, but I'm not hearing any good feedback from it particularly.
Ghosty, I will send you a topless pic if you send me a champ. Sold!
Thoughts on BlizzCon? I'm not overly upset I'm not going. I will say that.
Do you want Illidan to come back?
No. I never want Illidan to come back. Is it based on Neverwinter Nights? What's that game we played?
Neverwinter Night.
Yeah, Neverwinter Night. Is it based on that?
Icewind Dale. Good one. That was a good one.
Would you recommend to use Lightning Bolt? When do you use Chain Lightning? Chain Lightning when you have more than one mob. Easy. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy, Saint and Greaves.
Easy peasy. Easy peasy.
I'd totally send you a champ if I get a topless pic of you, Ghosty. I can sort that out.
I can make that happen.
I can make that happen.
I haven't. If it's anything that's been announced today, I literally have not seen my PC before I set up for the web show. I was lucky to get back in time. So if it's anything that's been announced today, I want to read about these subs. I will check this stuff after the web show. We'll save it till Monday for the daily. We'll talk about all this stuff on the daily. I can link you something to show on the stream. Yeah, just ask one of the mods. Would be awesome. If you ask one of the mods, they can permit you.
You're going to do a healer workshop anytime soon.
If I get some, I don't think I've got any healer workshops right now, which is interesting. If I get wheel workshops, yeah. Why no Nvidia? I have an Nvidia. Well, I had one. I'll show you the card. I'll send you a picture. You can see the burnout on it.
Thoughts on possible split of raid lockouts?
Again, if this is news of today, I don't know. I can't stress that enough. If it's anything that came out today or late last night, I do not know about it. I have not been able to check. I've been driving and on the beach all day. Well, not on the beach, really. It was raining.
Oh, God, you sound like... I've been driving, I've been on the beach with my iced tea and my...
Yeah, not quite like that.
Idiot face.
Not quite like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that. That's the way that I see it.
On an English beach with parents.
Yeah, dressed like the man from Del Monte.
Yeah, an English beach with parents.
English people.
In the rain, a raining beach as well.
I can't stand the rain.
I can't believe you're still asking me my opinion on the new character models that I've said 3 times I haven't seen yet. Dude, I haven't seen them yet. I'm not going to say anything. Kappa Kappa, my trusty Kappa Kappa.
I don't get it.
Don't matter. Kappa's the troll face.
Kappa.
I'm too opinionated. I apologise.
Don't apologise. That's Morgan.
No,
shit.
It was someone who posted that I was too opinionated because I wasn't happy with something. If my opinion would have been happy, nobody would have said anything. But because I said this, it was that Destro Warlock that I said it was boring. You're too opinionated. If I would have gone, this spec is great, it would have gone, I agree. I totally agree. You disagree with me? You're too opinionated, man. You're too opinionated. Hey, did we hit 40k subs? Can we check? I know we were like a midgie's dick away from 40,000.
I bet you didn't. And I'm going to fucking laugh if you didn't.
Why?
Because I think you're a dick.
That's a bit harsh.
Mike, P12.
Where does it even show it now?
Just hold.
Oh no, we didn't look. 39,927
Where did you say it?
at the top there,
Where?
above where it's got a picture of the.
Oh yeah.
It's got a picture of me.
Here's a picture of you. 39,927. Trolled. I think we were on 38,100 this morning. Bastard. Almost. We're about to hit 1 million views on here as well, by the way. See that?
That's me, that.
Is that just you?
Pure raw talent at looking crap in games.
A new channel design, overlays and stuff. You best sending that actually to ghost@preachgaming.com.
What?
Graphic stuff.
I ain't doing shit. Oh, let me show me.
Oh, did you like? Oh, yeah, the mailbox. How can we change the mail? I'm looking for your ideas on that because it's different. The mailbox video, I started it again this week. I kind of want to do 5 a week because they're quite easy for me to do, obviously. But they very much like TB's old mailbox, which I don't want to be like, 'cause it just attracts dickheads. But I still want to answer them that way. How can I do the mail without adding an extra fucking hour to my day? Because I don't have it. So it's either it's very... You know the mailbox where I just answer a couple of questions? Yeah. It takes me 20 minutes. I have footage that I filmed anyway. Yeah. I answer the questions and I render it. It's as easy as that. It's an easy process. And I want to get it out there for people. People liked it, responded well. But the actual format of it is just exactly as like a TB mailbox. But that is the easiest way to do it. So it's kind of hard to say.
I've not seen a TB mailbox.
It's exactly the same. But that is the easiest way of doing it. For that kind of content, what that content is easy content, but also response to the guys. Because you guys take the time to email me. I want to reply. But I get so many emails now, I just can't do them all individually. I can't do it. It's just a fact of life. How can I do it in a way that makes it our own, but doesn't add another fucking 40 minutes of editing to it? Because I don't have that 40 minutes.
You're going to get a comparison for something as trivial as a mailbox. So what?
No, I do want it to be on our own style. I mean, maybe even just a simple overlay or something.
You've got to talk about it like this. If it's just an overlay, then fair enough. But unless you are willing to spend so much time on something just to change its style a bit, then there's no point in doing it because then you're going to postpone other things that you could be doing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It can't add any more effort to it. That's why I was talking to you about an overlay for it. But, you know, just to add a little bit of something. I don't know. Okay. We'll have a think about it.
We'll have a think about it.
We'll put hashtag Swoby in the corner and it's all... Well, it's all me anyway, but it's the easiest way to do it. That's why it existed for TB. It is the easiest fucking way to do that. It's the best and most efficient way of putting out that content. Both of you answer questions because Ghost does not work here. He works elsewhere.
I'm a merc.
He works elsewhere. He works in a central city.
I'm a troll for hire.
Yeah, they all copy each other. I just want to push my own spin on it. It's harder in a way, as stupid as it sounds. It's harder because I'm British. That's why. As stupid as it is, it's because I'm British.
I play games, I'm British, I'm total biscuit.
Yeah, exactly. It's so annoying. It's one of the most frustrating things is people come on and if you have an opinion on something, it's like, oh, you're trying to copy TB. No, not really. I don't do reviews of any game. Here's Ghost in his full glory. Click it. Click it. Come on.
It's not a full link.
Click it. It's a tiny pic. Oh, you've linked something. Fail. Alright, last couple of questions. Guys.
Ghosty.
Yes, I will do the videos. How can you say you loved my PvE vanilla video? Haven't done it yet. It's not out yet. Yeah, when am I doing what the fuck is? As soon as humanly possible. The PvE video, though, for those who are waiting for it, is coming out on Wednesday. The loss of my graphics card just put me way behind. And plus Friday I couldn't do anything because I was at the hospital all day. So as soon as it's out, I lost like 2... When did you do that?
When you was getting a shower, I was fucking around with the stream.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome. I look mint.
Recently found me on the interwebs. Thank you, Pumpkin. I don't know if you have done this. We hit 1 year. 1 year last week. Yeah, it was 1 year last week.
Was it?
1 year last week. Yeah, for me going full time and actually doing this as a job. There's a guy who's been saying he has GPUs he could donate. The only issue with that, I have a kind of agreement with Emma, especially over a recent incident, which I won't talk about for some time to come. We're not giving out our address. Yeah. We're not giving out our address, so receiving stuff is actually difficult. Well, I do want to get a PO box sent up, and we can make things like that happen. I'm always wary of receiving gifts like that. Donations are one thing, because I can guarantee they all go towards equipment and stuff, but receiving equipment itself is a little bit iffy. What if someone sent me like 4 graphics cards? What the fuck am I going to do with them? Give them away again, and then they don't work? You've got a good graphics card. We got you a good graphics card.
I could get more.
You're so skingy.
I know, I'm a twat, right?
All I want is a pet and 3 graphics cards. Such a cunt.
A friend from Australia. That's awesome, Miss Fury.
Hooroo!
We will get a PO box, but let's get it's a couple of £100. We'll get there. Only good time. Only good time. Only good time. There'll be extra time to make up for tonight. I sent the I Am a GRL story. I said I was going to do one on Tuesday. Given the fact that apparently a lot of WoW information came out today that I'm unaware of, we'll probably do that on Monday. Maybe Drama Tuesday, Workshop, Daily Thursday, and then Drama Friday.
Ain't no Friday.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Ain't
Best
no
thing to watch
Friday.
on Netflix is I'm Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I can't. Do you know what, mate?
Easily.
Good man.
One of the only
So
shows I've gone
glad.
back and rewatched.
I'm so glad that you actually give that some time. Go if you've got the opportunity to watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Go and treat yourself because it's got so much replayability and it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's good.
Danny DeVito is one of the funniest people. EU.
Right, let's go. I know it's 6 a.m. for the Aussies. Let's go to bed. We've had a great day. Thank you for everybody who sent us donations as well. We greatly appreciate it. We really do. My voice is going. I've been talking all day.
I've got 4 cans of Monster at home. I'm going to do a 6 a.m.
Yes, that email is incorrect. It is preach@preachgaming.com. I apologise for putting the wrong answer. Nothing's happened to Dale Jack. He's still alive. He's still alive. We finished the stream midway through the run. On Monday, I will carry that on, Jack. So if you're here on Monday and you're not in Cyprus, then we will carry it on. Parks and Rec, not feeling it, especially single one. Incoming heart attack. Thank you for a great evening, guys. Thank you so much for so many of you sticking out with us. We had a great evening. We really did. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on Monday. Remember, there's no live streaming tomorrow, as far as I know, unless one of the guys wants to stream for fun. But Ghosty will be with you for the next 9 hours streaming, probably.
20 minutes downtime, 9 hours uptime.
I hope you had fun, guys. See you later. Have a great evening, or morning, or day, depending on where you are. From all over the world. Bye, guys.
Say something random really quickly.
I heart you.
It's not random. Like,